The Battle of Marathon, fought in 490 BCE, stands as one of the most renowned conflicts in ancient history, a pivotal episode in the Greco-Persian Wars. It was a contest between the Greek city-state of Athens and the invading Persian Empire, led by King Darius I. The battle unfolded on the plains of Marathon, a coastal region in Greece. In this episode, we delve into the Battle of Marathon, examining the background, strategies employed by both sides, the unfolding of the battle, and its far-reaching consequences. To comprehend the significance of the Battle of Marathon, one must understand the broader context of the Greco-Persian Wars. In the early 5th century BCE, the Persian Empire, led by King Darius I, sought to expand its influence and territorial holdings into Greece. This imperial ambition marked the beginning of a series of conflicts between the Greeks and Persians. In 490 BCE, King Darius I of Persia initiated an invasion of Greece, aimed at punishing Athens and Eretria for their support of the Ionian revolt against Persian rule. The Persians landed on the plain of Marathon, an area situated about 25 miles, 40 kilometers, northeast of Athens. The Athenians, led by their general Miltiades, had to make a crucial decision. Their strategy was to march to Marathon and engage the Persian invaders on the battlefield, rather than adopting a purely defensive approach within the walls of Athens. This decision was a calculated risk, but would prove instrumental in the subsequent victory. The Persian forces were formidable and large, with estimates suggesting they numbered in the tens of thousands. Their army consisted of both infantry and cavalry, comprising Persians and various subject peoples. They possessed significant numerical superiority over the Greek forces. The Athenians, together with their Plataean allies, assembled a force of approximately 10,000 hoplite soldiers. Hoplites were the heavily armored and disciplined infantry of ancient Greece. While the Athenians were significantly outnumbered, their hoplite formation, strategy, and the advantage of the terrain at Marathon would prove critical. The plain of Marathon was chosen for the battle due to its proximity to the Persian landing site and its favorable terrain for the Greek hoplite strategy. It provided relatively open space for hoplite phalanxes to maneuver, and the marshy center of the plain offered protection for the Greek flanks. The Persian strategy was initially to land on Greek soil and confront the Athenians. They aimed to swiftly defeat the Athenian forces and then proceed to capture the city of Athens. However, the sheer size of the Persian army may have caused logistical difficulties, and the tight Greek hoplite formation posed a formidable challenge. The Greeks adopted the hoplite phalanx formation, a tightly packed rectangular formation of heavily armored soldiers carrying large shields and spears. This formation was designed to maximize the effectiveness of hoplite combat. It provided both offensive and defensive advantages. The Greek hoplites planned a flanking maneuver, which involved weakening their center and strengthening their wings. This allowed the Athenians to push forward at the wings and close the gap on the Persians, engaging them from the sides. The marshy terrain in the center of the plain was a strategic asset for the Greeks. It protected their flanks and hindered Persian cavalry maneuverability. The battle commenced with the Greeks taking a defensive position on the plain of Marathon, and the Persians advancing to meet them. The Greeks formed a hoplite phalanx with their flanks protected by the marshes, and initiated their carefully planned flanking maneuver. The Greek flanks advanced on the Persian center, exerting immense pressure on the Persian lines. This maneuver was a key turning point, as the tightly packed phalanx advanced with determination and discipline. The Athenians, motivated and disciplined, succeeded in breaking through the Persian lines. The shock of the Athenian assault played a significant role in the Persian defeat. The Greeks drove the Persians back, resulting in a rout with heavy casualties suffered by the Persian forces. After suffering significant losses, the Persian forces were compelled to withdraw, retreating to their ships. The Greeks managed to secure a remarkable victory, with the Persians unable to achieve their initial objective of capturing Athens. Following the victory, a herald named Pheidippides is said to have run approximately 26 miles, 42 kilometers, from Marathon to Athens to convey the news of the triumph. It is believed that he exclaimed, "Nike, victory," before collapsing, inspiring the modern marathon race. The Battle of Marathon had profound historical and cultural significance. It was a momentous early victory for the Greeks in their struggle against the Persian Empire. The battle showcased the effectiveness of hoplite warfare, demonstrating that disciplined hoplite formations could prevail even against overwhelming numerical odds. The victory at Marathon also buoyed Athenian morale and set the stage for further conflicts with Persia, including the Battle of Thermopylae and the naval battle of Salamis. These events collectively contributed to the eventual Greek victory in the Greco-Persian Wars. The Battle of Marathon, fought in 490 BCE, represents a remarkable chapter in ancient history. The Greeks, utilizing disciplined hoplite tactics and a well-executed flanking maneuver, achieved a resounding victory over the Persian Empire. This pivotal battle served as a testament to the effectiveness of hoplite warfare and marked a significant step in the broader struggle between Greece and Persia. Its legacy endures in the modern-day marathon race, reminding us of the indomitable spirit of those who triumphed on the plains of Marathon.